Hello everyone, it's great to connect with you today on a topic that sits at the very heart of our shared humanity. We often talk about poverty, but what are we really talking about? It is easy to think of it as just a lack of money, an empty bank account, or the inability to buy the things we want. But that view is far too simple. Poverty is a complex web, a system designed in a way that keeps people trapped. It is a harsh reality woven from threads of injustice that reach deep into the fabric of our societies, creating barriers that are incredibly difficult to overcome on your own. Let's look past the surface and truly understand the bigger picture of this challenge. The real story of poverty isn't just about dollars and cents. It is about the fundamental systems that fail people from the very beginning. Imagine a community where the local school is underfunded, with overcrowded classrooms and not enough books to go around. Children in that school start their lives on an uneven playing field, without the educational tools needed to build a successful future. Now, think about a family that lives miles away from the nearest doctor or clinic. When someone gets sick, a simple illness can turn into a major crisis, leading to lost wages and crippling medical debt. This is not an individual failure. It is a systemic one that stacks the odds against people. This brings us to a crucial idea, one we explored in the Story of Stuff. The problems we face are not accidental. They are often the result of a system that prioritizes profits over people and the planet. When we see poverty, we are seeing the logical outcome of policies that cut funding for public services like education, healthcare, and affordable housing. These are not just budget lines on a spreadsheet. They are decisions that directly impact a person's ability to live a healthy, dignified life. The cycle of poverty is fueled by these broken systems, which create a downward spiral that is incredibly hard to escape without outside help and fundamental change. So, when we set out to tackle poverty, we must look beyond simply giving money. We need to ask tougher questions and challenge the status quo. Why are some schools getting more resources than others? Why is quality healthcare a luxury instead of a basic human right? Understanding that poverty is a symptom of a larger, flawed system is the first, most important step. It moves us from a place of charity, which is good, to a place of justice, which is transformative. We must be willing to examine the root causes and work together to redesign these systems to be more fair and equitable for everyone, not just a select few. Let's move away from abstract ideas and talk about real people, because poverty has a human face. Think of a young girl named Maria. She lives in a neighborhood where fresh food is hard to find, but fast food is on every corner. Maria is bright and dreams of becoming a scientist, but she often goes to school hungry, making it difficult to concentrate in class. Her parents work long hours in low-wage jobs, so they are exhausted when they get home and can't always help with her homework. Her dream isn't fading because she lacks talent or ambition. It's being held back by the circumstances she was born into, a daily struggle for basic needs. These stories are everywhere, and they are especially heartbreaking when they involve children. Consider a boy named Ken, who loves to draw. He has a natural talent for art and imagines creating beautiful murals that could brighten up his entire community. But his family cannot afford art supplies. Pencils, paper, and paints are luxuries they simply cannot fit into their tight budget. His school, due to budget cuts, had to eliminate its art program last year. Ken's creative spark is being dimmed not by a lack of passion, but by a lack of opportunity. His potential, and the potential of so many other children like him, is being lost in this cycle. The weight of poverty extends beyond just material things. It impacts a child's spirit and their vision for the future. When a child constantly hears we can't afford that, whether it's for a school trip, a new pair of shoes, or a simple birthday celebration, it sends a powerful message. It teaches them that their world is small, that their dreams have limits. This psychological burden is one of the most damaging aspects of poverty. It can crush a child's self-esteem and make them believe that they are not worthy of success or happiness, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy that is passed down from one generation to the next. These are not just sad stories, they are evidence of a system that is failing our most vulnerable. Every child with an unfulfilled dream represents a loss for all of us. We are losing future doctors, artists, innovators, and leaders. Their dreams are not extravagant, they are the simple hopes of having a fair chance to contribute their gifts to the world. When we ignore their plight, we are not just allowing individual tragedies to happen, we are actively weakening our collective future. We have a moral obligation to see these children, to hear their stories, and to fight for a world where their dreams can take flight. So, what can we do? The good news is that change is possible, and it often starts small, right in our own communities. Think about the power of a local food bank that not only provides groceries, but also offers cooking classes on how to prepare healthy meals on a budget. Or consider a neighborhood after-school program run by volunteers that provides a safe space for kids to do their homework and explore their interests. These grassroots efforts are lifelines. They are powerful examples of people coming together to fill the gaps left by broken systems. This kind of community action provides immediate relief and builds strong, resilient networks of support. However, community programs alone cannot fix the entire problem. We need to connect this local action to bigger systemic change, much like we discussed in the story of Stuff. It's not enough to clean up a polluted river, we have to stop the factory from dumping toxins in the first place. Similarly, it's not enough to run a food pantry. We need to advocate for policies that ensure everyone earns a living wage so they can afford to buy their own food. This means getting involved in policy making, demanding that our elected officials prioritize laws that media group, activists lobbying at government building, people holding signs supporting minimum wage and healthcare at distribute_equally, raise the minimum wage, expand access to affordable healthcare, and invest in public education for all. Real, lasting change happens when community action and smart policy work together. Imagine a city where local activists successfully campaign for better public transportation. This allows residents in low-income neighborhoods to access better jobs and healthcare facilities across town. That victory is then solidified by a new city policy that guarantees funding for public transit. This combination is powerful. The community identifies the problem and builds momentum, while the policy change makes the solution permanent and available to everyone. It's about creating new rules for the game, rules that are fair and designed for everyone to succeed. This dual approach is our most effective strategy for breaking the cycle of poverty. It empowers people on a local level, giving them agency to improve their own lives while simultaneously holding larger systems accountable. We must support our local charities and volunteer our time, but we must also use our voices as citizens. We can. Media group, hands dialing phone to call representative, signing online petition, people voting at polling station, at distribute_equally. Call our representatives, sign petitions, and vote for candidates who are committed to building a more just economy. By working on both fronts, providing immediate help and pushing for long-term structural change, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that keep people trapped in poverty. Now the question turns to you. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of this problem, but you have more power than you think. Your journey as a change maker can start today, right where you are. Look around your own community. Are there local organizations that need support? Consider donating what you can, whether it's money, canned goods, or professional skills. If you have time, volunteering at a homeless shelter, a food bank, or a youth center can make a profound difference. Your presence and effort send a clear message to those who are struggling. You are not alone, and our community cares about you. Beyond giving your time and money, you can use your voice. Start conversations with your friends, family, and neighbors about the real causes of poverty. Share articles, documentaries, and stories that challenge common myths and misconceptions. Write to your local newspaper or call into a radio show to advocate for policies that support low-income families. When we change the conversation, we change minds. And when we change minds, we build the political will needed to create real, lasting policy change. Your voice is a powerful tool for building a more compassionate and informed society that refuses to accept poverty as inevitable. It is crucial to remember that life is not a bed of roses for those in poverty, but with collective action, we can pave a path to opportunity. The systems that create and sustain poverty were designed by people, which means they can be redesigned by people. We have the creativity, the resources, and the moral imperative to build a world where every single person has the chance to thrive. This is not a distant dream. It is an achievable goal if we commit to working together. Every small act of kindness, every conversation, and every vote for justice helps lay another stone on that path forward for all of us. So, I challenge you to take that first step. Find one thing you can do this week to make a difference in your local area. Maybe it's researching a local charity, signing up to volunteer for an hour, or writing an email to your city council member. Don't wait for someone else to solve this problem. Be the person who decides that poverty has no place in your community. Together we can transform our neighborhoods and our nation into places of justice, dignity, and opportunity for every single person. Let's get to work.